Okay, this is a video on minor seventh shapes. Just like we had in dominant seventh shapes, we have four of them. We have one shape for the C string, one shape for the A string, one shape for the G string, and one shape for the E string. These are the movable shapes that you will use most often. So A minor 7 is the one we're going to use to demonstrate. The easiest one of those is that one. So the question is, where is the root note for A minor 7? Well, the root is going to be the name of the chord, A. And if you have a think about it, you've only got one of those on open strings, it's this one. So this must be our A shape, because we're playing our root on the A string. If I move up 3 frets, I have a C on that A string. It's now a C minor 7. If I move up to one more, where I've got D on that A string, I have a D minor 7. So that's our easiest minor 7th shape to play. That gives us the root on the A string. Now let's go back and have a look at the C string. So our C string needs to contain the root. We're doing A minor 7ths, so we need to find an A on the C string. Well, it's all the way up here, all the way up at the 9th fret. So we have to find an A minor 7 chord with that A. The way to find it, the way to play it rather, is you're going to bar both the 3rd and 4th strings at that 9th fret by pushing down with your middle finger on both. It's a pretty tricky chord, but you can see I'm fretting both. It's hard to get in there. I'm fretting both strings with my middle finger, and then I'm going to take my index finger, place it on the 8th fret of the 2nd string. That's a C. So if I start with the 4th string, I've got a E, an A, and a C. That gives me A minor. Now I need a G, A, C, E. I need the G, and there it is, just over there on our 10th fret on our 1st string. So I'm going to use my index finger to play that one. Okay, there is our C shape for minor 7ths. You may know that shape by your D minor 7 down the bottom. You might even play that D minor 7 using all 4 fingers, and that's fine, I don't mind. Whatever you find comfortable, you can use 2 fingers to do the actual basic minor, and then come across with your pinky over here, and you can do the same thing all the way up the top. I happen to use 1 finger, that's all. So there's our C shape. We've done our C shape, done our A shape. What about our G shape? So we need to have the A for A minor on our G string. Okay, this one is a bit of a tricky one. It's also going to be using a double stop or using 1 finger to go across 2 frets. Here is A on our G string. So we need to make a minor 7th out of that. Now you could just go and put your G here and play that. We'd have an A, a C, a G, and another A. But I can actually put all 4 notes of the minor 7th in place if I change this slightly. So I'm missing at the moment the E. All right, so how do I get an E in there? Well, we've got an E here on the 4th fret of our C string. So if I use that as our E, and I use this one here as our G on our E string, then I've got 1 string left. It's an A, which is okay, but now I'm missing the C. Well, there's a C right next to it. So if I go and double stop with my middle finger, both the C and the G here at the 3rd fret on the 1st and 2nd strings, come across and bar all of that 2nd fret so that I'm capturing string number 4 at the 2nd fret. And I take my ring finger and I put it across on the E, which is on the 4th fret of the C string. There it is there. That's our A minor 7, using our G as the root. It's a pretty tricky shape. Okay, that leaves 1 left. That's our E shape. Our E shape for a minor 7th means we have to have the A somewhere on our E string. Here is A. This shape is really common, and I really recommend you try and learn this one. It looks like this. We're going to take A, and we're going to use our middle finger, place it on that 5th fret of the E string, the A. we're going to come across with our index finger to the 4th string, play the same fret. That's going to be what note? It's going to be a C. So we have a C and an A. With your other 2 fingers, go up 2 frets on the next string, the other strings that aren't being fretted. So your pinky's going to be up on 7, and your ring finger is going to be up on 7, but on the 3rd string. So it looks like 2 up and 2 back. There's the 2 at the back on the 5th fret, on the 4th and 2nd strings, and there's the 2 at the top on the 7th fret on the 2nd and 4th strings. That is our A minor 7 shape. You will know that from E minor 7 down here, or G6, same thing. Effectively, you're fretting zeros behind. It's a very hard shape to play back there if I had to fret zeros, but you're effectively doing that. By moving that shape up, so that I have the root on the E string, we get that shape. There is our final shape for the minor 7ths, our E shape. So in quick recap, we have our A shape, we have our C shape, we have our G shape, and we have our E shape. And they're our minor 7ths.